My my own feeling is, first of all, basically two ways you can address the systemic racism. Well, first of all, as a journalist, you want to get all the facts about why, particularly the police, have targeted black people more, and it's apparent from everything I'm hearing that in many cases they have. Although I've also read papers in conservative publications that challenge that. But certainly, going back to the 1990s when Rudy Giuliani sort of made the New York City safer, that probably added to it. There are many people, even Brian Stevenson from Just Mercy reports that he has been stopped himself several times for no reason. And it's a terrible problem for teenage, sons and daughters, particularly sons of black people who are stopped for no reason and caught in these very dangerous situations. So I don't doubt that we do have a problem. But of course, it is the radicalism, the extreme things that are going on, and then the fact that they're demanding that everyone drop what they're doing and make supporting ending systemic racism their first priority personally, even if you're a journalist or a blogger or something. That's the way it is coming across. So yeah, that's a very great concern to me. A couple of things. First of all, it would seem to me there are two basic ways you can attack the racism issue itself. One of them has to do with national service, expecting that more often, not only of young adults, but even of people maybe when they retire, maybe as part of Social Security if they're able. So the people have more social proximity. I know Brian Stevenson's talked about proximity a lot, and I don't have a lot of social contact with people who are not sort of intellectually, in the same world I am. And as far as friends, I don't discriminate against anybody in picking friends, for example. I might in terms of an intimate partner, but even that bothers some people. And that's another issue, behavior in bars and so forth. But generally, as far as people whose association I value, it, what group somebody belongs to doesn't matter at all. I'm pretty neutral about that. I also don't really talk about it the way some activists talk about, black and brown communities and so forth. Well, I don't talk about communities that way or people that way because it sounds like it's a little demeaning. That's what I've been always taught. But anyway, one of the ideas would be national service. The other idea, which it would have implications, the other idea which worries me a little bit is trying to set up a quid pro quo where if you're going to be online or something, you have to support this and you have to try to raise money for it or something as some sort of quid pro quo. That's something that tech companies could do, and the possibility, the idea that they could try to do that worries me a lot. That would totally destroy the integrity of all your writing if you were told what you had to support and even raise money in public for, not just in private, because most of my donations are private and through a bank. I don't make them publicly. So that worries me. The other thing, I sort of feel that, personal morality, a lot of this has to do with sort of proportional equity, where what you get in life and what you have and your ability to speak and be heard depends on the actual work you've done and whether in a sense you've paid your dues and proven you can hold your weight and not be overly dependent on people to take risks for you. I sort of call that proportional equity, and that's an idea, but I could have a problem if I were held to that. That's something I'll talk about in a blog post pretty soon. But that's more my own idea of how it should be. But anyway, I wanted to share these thoughts with you today on a day that I went and took a picture of the Pike statue. It appears that that's right here. The Windows viewer is slow. There it is. But anyway, that's what I visited today, and I also visited the HRC building has Black Lives Matter. This picture view is really slow. Black Lives Matter, trans lives matter, and then all lives matter, which is, some people say is a no-no to say that. But anyway, that's my thought for today.